catching feelings, baby. Hi y'all, welcome back to my channel. If you guys are new, please make sure you like, comment, subscribe on this video. Today I am doing the voiceover, just because I'm in my house. I just don't feel like being out right now. But we will still be disclosing the tea. So we are reviewing Married to Medicine Season 9, Episode 14. So in the first scene, they get back. Well, they're in Blue Ridge still. And they're at the table eating lasagna. And Anila wants to get to the bottom of her break-in. She talks about, she asked the table, like, pretty much, who here thinks I set this up? You know, and talking about how she got a private investigator, and then she's gonna get a polygraph done so she can prove that she's not lying. And here comes Quad, for whatever reason, is on 10. Okay, she comes in and was like, I'm willing to take one too. I'm trying to figure out why you want to take a polygraph test. And everyone else at the table is confused as well. You know, Simone's like, okay, well, you don't even live in the manor, so why are you so concerned and willing to take a polygraph test? You know, and she's so hyped up for whatever reason, just boosting it up. You know, and her and Toya have this beef for years. You know, so I think she's really, she said a confessional, I want Toya to take one. She pretty much saying, I ain't got nothing to do with it, but I'm pretty sure someone else at this table probably has something to do with it. So, Toya pretty much says, girl, I don't know you. I don't know what you would do. You know, Neil's like, oh, you don't know me? You don't know me, Toya? Like, acting all confused and stuff, which I do think, you know, I think Toya just speaking just to speak. Because clearly, you know, she knows Anila. They had their issues before and all, you know, but she knows her. But, I mean, Toya really didn't want to talk about it at the table. You know, and Quad's like, well, we're not going to end it. What's up? As if, oh, no, we're done my ass. What's up? Like, girl, why is you so hype? This has nothing to do with you. Like, do you want Toya to be in a hot seat so bad? Trying to make it seem like, you know, she's the one who did everything? You know, and, you know, Quad's known for making accusations on the cast members, like really big ones. And she was more hyped up than Anila was. And I honestly feel like Quad is really influencing Anila, you know, because even though Anila did not come out her mouth and literally say, I feel like, you know, Toya did it. However, her and her husband did kind of insinuate, you know, it's kind of funny how, you know, all of a sudden me and Toya got into a altercation. Next thing you know, 2 days later, we're robbed. My thing is, if you don't think Toya has anything to do with it, you wouldn't even bring up that comparison at all. You know what I mean? So I feel like this whole thing is really ridiculous. I do feel like Anila has been robbed. Hell, she's been robbed twice at this point. She's not the smartest. You know, which I don't wish, you know, that on anybody, you know, but I think saying that Toya has something to do with it at this point is dead with, you know. But then, you know, Heavily was like, you know, Neela's not that smart. She said Neela is not that smart to plan her own robbery. Okay? She's saying that Miss Gomez, she's like, you should have Miss Gomez to help do that. Miss Gomez wasn't even there. At that point, Miss Gomez was gone. Apparently back to where she was at with her grandkids. You know, so, you know, Jackie, you know, she kind of made me mad this episode, Jackie. She's always the peacemaker, which is great, but there's a time and a place. You know, she's like, you know, let's let everyone hear it out and stuff like that. I'm like, Jackie, I mean, don't think every time people go on a trip, they think, oh, this is the time we're going to hash out our problems. It's going to be a great trip. And we all know trip equals drama. Okay. It's never been a trip where it has not been any drama. That's with any franchise, really. But yeah. Okay, so we're moving on, and, you know, Contessa and Scott, they decided to show up. It was a little late due to work, and also because they got lost. It's snowing. It's very beautiful out. Neela makes a little comment. Oh, why no one came outside to greet me? Girl, calm down for real. But they came in. Scott was tired, so he ate. He went to bed. So then they sat down, and Jackie was like, "Oh, no one's gonna have no fun, until we discuss these issues." I'm like, Jackie, why are you doing this? Like, I think her intentions were okay. I want to start the trip off, get everything out the way, so the rest of the trip can be kumbaya. Good and well, that's not how this works, and everyone, has tension with each other. So it's like you cannot start off the trip like that, and then tell grown women that they cannot have fun until they talk about the issues. Like, Jackie, really? I don't like that now. Like, you cool and all, you neutral, but you can't tell me what I can and can't do now. I'll tell you that much. So then we get into Toya and Audra. They discussed their little falling out. And Audra was pretty much saying, like, I came to this group trying to be friendly with everyone, and you pretty much just came out the gate, with the slick comments, which, Toya was, for sure, especially about her clothes and things like that, and the little bad attorney comment. And that's where things originated, and then I guess over time it made Audra be upset and blow up. However, I do not think that Audra should have done it to the extent of looking up her stuff. It don't mind you, all this stuff is public records, so you looking it up ain't no flex. We all could do that. And then Toya was like, well, you put me in a predicament where I had to defend myself, which I also agree with. You decided to chest bump me, and you think I'm gonna sit here and just be like, oh, it's okay. She's upset. I'll let her have that. Girl, anybody else would have whooped your ass. Like, well, you lucky she just mushed you. Like, I understand you have the right to be mad. I'm not telling you that you don't have the right to your feelings, but to react the way you do was not it, boo. But Toya got emotional because she had a flashback to when she first started out, and she had a fight with Mariah. And with the fight with Mariah, she had just married Eugene. She just had her first kid. And she was scared, that her reputation is really fucked up over this fight. And she did not want to be looked at like that again, so she got emotional. Audra never apologized. She accepted what Toya was saying and understood where she was coming from, but she never apologized for what she has done, which, production does cut stuff, so we never know. But yeah, they got over that little hump. Then they tried to get to Heavenly and Contessa, which they weren't trying to talk about nothing at the time being, so that was that. All right, so, moving on from this, the guys had a cute little moment, at the bowling alley doing their thing. Nothing really discussed there a little bit. Only, Karen had brought up the break-ins, and, Eugene mentioned that, me and my wife didn't even brought up, in this situation, and we didn't appreciate it. Of course, Karen says, oh, we would never thought in a million years that y'all would have done it, and all this other stuff. And clearly, in the scenes we've seen, that their name has been brought up, and that they insinuated that they possibly had something to do with it. But of course, when they watch it back, they'll see everything. Okay, so we get to Audra, Toya, and Anila. So they finally have their sit down one-on-one outside of the group, which is, I feel like, is what they need, personally. And, of course, Toya thinks, Quad is evil, and, she's manipulative, and but she is very much so, especially in this situation, pretty much pulling Neela's strings to get her upset, putting ideas in her head and all the other things. And, so Toya told Anila what her issue was, that you bring this girl Zena here, or Zaina, whoever her name is, this girl to Quad's party, knowing that she knew this rumor about me and was going to spread it. And Anila swore up and down that she had no idea about no rumor, and that she feels like Quad set her up. Now, mind you, Quad had her back this whole time. Now, all of a sudden, Anila is throwing Quad's name under the bus, trying to say, oh, Quad set me up, it made me look bad, but yet Quad has your back throughout this whole thing. But yet you trying to put her under the bus. Anyways, so but then they flash back a clip of Anila talking to Zaina, saying like, "Yo, tell the rumor," or something like that, something with the rumor. So she definitely lied. Anila's a liar. So which does make me question some things now about the whole break-in, because it shows that she lied and went back on the camera and showed that she knew of the rumor and said you need to make sure you pretty much tell the rumor just to start drama. And then Toya was like, while I care about you, I drove by your house, the lights were out, for multiple days, and I was concerned. And then here come Anila getting all emotional. Well, if I would have known you cared, it would have been so different. If I would have just known you should give a damn about all kinds of stuff. So at this point, Anila, you're a fucking liar. I can't trust anything you say. And I mean, that's that. And of course, Quad is the common denominator here. She's not married to anyone. Why is she even on the show? She's not married to Madison anymore. It's been 2 years now. I mean, at this point, why is she a headliner? I think Audra needs to replace Quad. I think Quad needs to be demoted to a friend of the show, and everything like that. She's just here at this point just to stir up the pot. All right, so we're moving on. Dr. Damon finally shows up. So he missed the outing with the guys, but the guys came back. The girls had this kind of spa massage thing set up. Contessa, her boob don't fall out. Don't get me wrong, Contessa's body is so beautiful. She had a little makeover. She just had her competition. Looks really, really good. It's not a secret, that she did things with girls before. We're about to get to that in just a second. So, she was getting massaged and, she was getting rubbed on, and she pretty much was like, just be good with the happy ending, kind of making like a little joke with the girl. And everyone's looking like, Contessa, like, you just don't care type thing, which, listen, she made it clear it's no secret that she's been with females. I think Toya also said, she's been with girls also, and she's not opposed to being with women. And then Contessa sits on the couch. She got Jackie on one side, you got Toya on the other side, rubbing her foot. And y'all, she spread her legs, her coochie done came out a little bit. Simone was like, well, as long as I've known Jackie, she never rubbed my foot the way she's rubbing, Contessa's foot. And Contessa's like, I've been crushing on these girls a little bit, And then I think, Simone kind of mentioned, like, everyone would have done something with Contessa if they had the chance, pretty much. So that was that little scene. All right, y'all. So lastly, we're going to get into this dinner that they have by this nice chef. Everything looks amazing. From somehow, this group is always talking about sex, okay? And Toya and Eugene is always in the middle of it. Eugene discusses, Toya, she's not as freaky as she comes off to be and stuff like that. But, she's always coming off that he's not doing what he needs to do in the bedroom, And then that's kind of how like Dr. Heavenly is. She always makes it, they have sex all the time, and Damon has a big hoo-ha or whatever like that. And we're like, girl, we ain't trying to hear that. You even said yourself, only thing you do is put it in your mouth. That's all you said. So I don't know why this big front for about sexual stuff. We really don't care what y'all do in the bedroom. And they talk about, places they done it at and the one night stands, and Toya mentions like, he never done none of this interesting stuff with me. I get the lame sex. See, and she's always bringing up things with, the sexual things, which I think is not cool. Which a lot of people do pick up on, but everything like his size and it won't grow and all this other stuff, and Kieran jumps in also, and he also says it's something about, you're going to be with that person one time, you're not going to see him again. So you put out all the tricks and stuff. And then Neil even made a face like, oh, that's what we do. Okay. When we meet your wife, it's just, you just got her at that point, it's going to be what it is. Versus being a one night stand or whatever the case may be. So, that's to the end of this episode. I'll give this episode a 6.5 because it wasn't terrible. The beginning part was more interesting once they broke it down a little bit. Then afterwards, it was kind of like not interesting. So, that's all I have for today. Please make sure you like, comment, subscribe on this video. And I'll be back with the finale next week.